It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Fellas, just like we were saying earlier, a lot of excitement has been built around this new season. So far, it has not disappointed. Your thoughts, Shaq, on things so far?
Well, for the teams that are losing, it's been a disappointment. But for the teams that are winning, it's now about maintaining that consistency. See if you can make it to the playoffs, how far you can go in the playoffs, and hey, maybe you can win a championship.
Well, to me, the league is just getting more and more athletic. All the off-season training and all the nutrition and things, guys are more athletic. I don't know if they're better players, but they're much more athletic. And already we've seen some jaw-dropping highlights.
More athletic than when you played?
Without question, but they're not better players, not better skilled players, but they definitely – it's like you think about this. In archery, do you have to be athletic?
I don't know. Ask Shaq. He's the archer.
And when you do your archery, do you have to be athletic?
Yes, because I shoot with my toes.
Well, there it is. End of my point.
I'm glad that you asked Shaq. Whatever.
I do.
It's the Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little interconference action here at the Target Center. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. The Hornets would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. They haven't started out with the success they had hoped for, but the season obviously is still very young.
You know, at the start of every season, everybody thinks they're going to be playing for a championship, or at least that's what they say. But that optimism can really come into cold reality when you start as slowly as they have.
And they haven't done much to turn it around. I mean, they may have really liked their plan coming into the season, but they can only stick with it for so long. Eventually, they're going to have to come up with a plan B.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Jefferson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Towns with it. Jefferson picks him up. Shoots from the high post. That's good.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Over to the wing. And it's Walker penetrating. Lamb dishes to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Off target with his 3. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
And it's Martin missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks. Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
He talked about how much respect he has for Kevin Garnett, saying he's just the ultimate competitor. He's unselfish, plays for his teammates, but we've got to really have our motor revving and play with a lot of intensity. We cannot let him outwork us. Kevin looked for a real physical game.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Lamb after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Lamb with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio, and it's good. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Rubio kicks to Towns. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Walker, and he gets it to go. Walker's got his first points of the night.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Lamb kicks to Zeller. Makes it off the glass. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against Atlanta.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And Charlotte's defense, it didn't really start out incredible last season, but over the course of the year, they climbed the ranks, and by the end of the year, they were a force.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Screen by Jefferson. Walker the pass to Zeller. Back to Walker. 6 to shoot. And he gets it to go. And Clark, you don't think of too many of the Hornets' lockdown defenders, MKG being the big one, but they defended well over the entire season.
And for them, Kevin, rim protection was a big factor. They were a top 5 team in the league in forcing missed shots at their own basket.
Here's Towns. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Outside, Martin. Shot to stop the drought. Offensive rebound. Here's Wiggins. It's deflected, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Lamb. Here's Martin. Shot is off. And Charlotte will come the other way. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
2 teams in the bottom of the East and West, as you said. These regular season victories count for more. Both hungry for a win tonight.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Hansborough's come in for Zeller. And it's Batum in for Kid Gilchrist. That free throw good from Walker. Well, the Timberwolves knew that last season would be one not to worry about winning with Coach Flip Saunders. It was more about growing as a team, and you know him. That's one of his specialties.
Yeah, Flip, Kevin's a great teacher, and so to have this young group and show the improvement they did over the course of the season was important. And really, it's mostly just about getting guys used to a system and preparing for what could be a really bright future.
Pushing their lead to double digits. Batum's got his first points of the game.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now, here is Martin. He had 16 points in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
A lot of comparisons have been made about Andrew Wiggins. Kobe Bryant, in fact, Clark went as far as to say that he sees a lot of himself in Wiggins as a player.
Ultimate compliment there. I mean, that's exactly what Kobe Bryant just gave him. Wiggins has the chance to reach that level, I think.
And the Hornets call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And here are the Hornets now. 8-point game.
Talking about Kobe, seeing Wiggins as a young version of himself. The skill set Wiggins has is eerily similar to that of a young Kobe.
Now here's Lin. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Wiggins kicks to Rubio. There's the 3. Rubio missing again.
For me, the one thing that set Kobe apart and made him a champion really was his work ethic. If Wiggins can improve and work like Kobe did, then like Kobe, the sky could be the limit.
Here is Rubio. Garnett dishes to Rubio. Just 5 to shoot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Ricky Rubio, Clark, one of the most highly anticipated international players in recent memory to come into the NBA.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of flash and substance to his game, and after much haggling and negotiating, he was finally allowed to join the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2011.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio.
And back to Rubio. With the pressure of all that fanfare marking his arrival, he really focused in and hit the ground running. He was named Western Conference Rookie of the Month, first month of the season, and he finished second to Kyrie Irving for Rookie of the Year.
Both free throws good from Rubio.
You know, talking about Rubio, he re-upped for a huge contract extension last season. Despite some injury and shooting woes, he got $56 million over 4 years. Boy, that's a bunch of cheese for a guy that's still a bit of a question mark. You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Garnett wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Rubio, the pass to Martin. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's good from about 19 feet.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Lynn against Martin. With some arc. Martin with the block. But they recover it. And Batum kicks to Hansbrough. Batum dishes to Hansbrough. And a wide open look for Lynn. Garnett grabs the board. Pass to Rubio. There's the pick. Garnett, the screen. Wing shot on the way. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter.
You know, he may be having fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continuing to play the same game you've been playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lamb out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 spot. Hornets leading by 4. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49, just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Well, Hornets shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Zeller, a screen on Rubio. Lynn the pass to Jefferson. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. Screen by Jefferson. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lamb's got 5 points so far.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 6. Here's Wiggins. There's the foul. And it's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Rubio in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. That's now 8 points for Martin.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball stars ever. We started hearing about him in the U.S. back when he was 16, and even then, powerful teams in Europe were all vying for his services.
Charlotte in the lead. And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
Screen by Jefferson. Lynn kicks to Kid Gilchrist. 5 on the clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Jefferson, that's good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. No good on the 3.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Jefferson's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 4. Dishes to Pekovic. The 3. They get it back. Here's Dang. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage. 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunities.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. And Jang drops them both.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Now here's Lynn. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And finished off by Martin.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Zeller setting the pick for Lynn. The teardrop falls in.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
The Timberwolves trail. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. There's a good screen. Pass to Martin. From deep three-point range, the Hornets pull it in.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Now here's Lynn. Passes to Zeller. It's rebounded by Towns.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Jang against Jefferson. Jang dishes to Towns, and that one's good. Towns has got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Rubio against Lynn. Jefferson setting the pick for Lynn. To the paint, it's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Martin. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 20 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he paced the whole team in points per game last season.
Sure, his teammates knew he was their best option, so that's why they just kept feeding him the rock.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Charlotte also making some changes. Batum comes in for Cody Zeller, and it's Kemba Walker in for Jeremy Lin. 6 to shoot. Batum a screen on Wiggins, and finished off by Kid Gilchrist.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first.
And watching Al Jefferson over the years, he can be dominant and be efficient in doing it. For all the points he's piled up, he's always been around a 50% shooter. And for all the times he's handled the ball, his turnover rate is relatively low. So that's giving your team good quality possessions.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Martin, and Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Charlotte also making some changes. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson, and Tyler Hansbrough's subbed in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Talking about Jefferson, it's not just his efficiency with the scoring. He's efficient, Clark, with his time on the floor. He's always producing a block shot here, a steal there, of course. All the rebounds, he covers every base.
Yeah, the data analytics folks rely on percentages to measure efficiency. But just as important as overall production per minutes played, Big Al excels there.
Minnesota with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. Wiggins passes to Muhammad. Takes the 13-footer. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Hornets have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Now here's Lamb. Muhammad covering. Walker. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Levine's checked in for Wiggins. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. Garnett, the screen. There's the pass to Levine. Back to Miller. 5 on the clock. His three-pointer's off the mark. Charlotte in the lead. And Lamb kicks to Kaminsky. No good on the triple. Minnesota's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Levine, good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
Well, I tell you guys, when you look at this Wolves team, I mean, the outlook is really bright. A lot of young talent that's fitting together nicely. Good skill set. I think this group could be one to watch and really good going forward.
Towns, no luck. Charlotte has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Batum dishes to Walker. The three-pointer off the mark. The Timberwolves shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Levine passes to Towns. Good on the triple. Towns has got 5 points in the quarter. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now here's Lamb. 8 points for him. They get it again. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Muhammad rebounded by Kaminsky. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Batum. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Hornets lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. Kemba Walker was the story in the first quarter. He had 12 points and 4 assists. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters off the line, so getting it inside was a good attack in the first half.
Shaq, what you think about Minnesota?
Well, no question, Ernie. They need to improve their three-point shooting. When you shoot in the low 30s, you can dig yourself in a deep, abysmal hole. You like that word, Ernie? Abysmal? I can't spell it, but it sounded nice. Anyway, when the open three is there, fine, shoot it. But we saw at least a few situations where they should have worked for a better shot.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
It's been a good one for Walker. He has 12 points and 4 assists.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Pekovic is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Muhammad in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders. Now, here's Rubio. He dishes it to Pekovic. Zeller grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 4. And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
Left side, Kid Gilchrist. And the rejection by Jang. To the paint, here's Rubio. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
Now here's Jang, following the miss by Kemba Walker.
A look here at last year in the NBA, where the Hornets ranked. 1st in fewest turnovers per game, 7th in blocks, and they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
And I want to go back to that turnover ranking. Best in the NBA. That's a huge stat to look at when you talk about their ability to execute and the decision-making. They don't beat themselves, and that's a big reason why they won as much as they did.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
And guys, I, for one, can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injuries.
Minnesota making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. Both free throws good from Pekovic. Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
Yeah, and you know they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
And that one's good. And that's now 10 points here for Ricky Rubio. Hornets trail by 4. Outside, Walker. Rubio comes with the double team. Got a piece of it. Walker goes in. Looking to end the run. No luck. Great D that time from Martin. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 so far in the 3rd quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And it's Rubio. That time on the assist by Jang. Jang's got 3 assists now in this one. The Hornets have gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, you can see they've gave up a lot of points here in this run, and he just wants to break the momentum before this thing gets out of hand.
And, you know, that's a huge part of a coach's job, making sure you keep your guys in the best position possible at all times. So I like this timeout.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running things through Jefferson. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Cav, it'll be interesting.
Thanks again, Doris.
Loving the energy right now here in the 3rd quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Zeller setting the pick for Lynn. Rocket 6. Walker in the corner. And again, the Hornets missing.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Garnett kicks to Wiggins. Fires the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Zeller. Jefferson, a screen on Rubio. Rubio comes with the double team. Zeller dishes to Lynn. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Now, here's Rubio. Wiggins passes to Rubio. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Garnett attacking. Now Walker. He's got 12. Feeds to Jefferson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Jefferson's got 8 points.
Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
Timberwolves leading by 10. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Now here's Lin after the miss from Kevin Garnett. Walker with it, now defended by Wiggins. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Misfires after coming off the pick.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that. And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective. And I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Walker, following the score by Kevin Garnett. Back to Walker. Launches a three. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And, you know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
Now here is Martin. He's got 14. Here's Wiggins. And the shot no good, a bit short. Hornets trail by 12. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
Here's Garnett after Al Jefferson's score. Rubio outside. It's Martin on the wing. Garnett kicks to Martin. Let's go. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Andre Miller's checked in for Minnesota. Charlotte also making some changes. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Hansbrough comes in for Zeller. And it's Batum in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And the Hornets call time here. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. And the Hornets call time here. One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Hornets trail by 10. 1:39 left here in the third quarter. Batum attacking. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Batum's got 9.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins. They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Now here's Kaminsky. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Kaminsky's got his second basket of the game.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Here's Wiggins. 13 points in the game. Lynn with the steal. Walker with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Kicks to Lynn. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Off the pick. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
It's tipped. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Minnesota making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Dang. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game. That free throw, good from Zhang. Hornets trail by 9. Up top, Walker, covered by Miller. Takes the three. No good from Lamb. Miller outside. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Hornets trail by 9, setting the floor for the Hornets. Batum is out there with Kaminsky. And there's Kemba Walker. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Lamb in at the shooting guard position. Minnesota shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Towns dishes to Miller. He kicks to Zhang. Fades and shoots. The shot is off. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Here's Lamb.
It's been a good night for Lamb. He's got 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Jones checked in for Miller. Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Charlotte. Cody Zeller comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Lamb drops them both. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And on the topic of Lamb, he really has everything he needs to succeed. Great length and athleticism, was an excellent all-around jump shooter in college. For some reason, his game just hasn't translated to the NBA level yet. But I think if he can improve his motor, he's going to have an opportunity to be an impact player for a long time.
Andre Miller's checked in for Jones. And Zhang drops them both.
And, you know, regarding Lamb's development, most scouts felt the weaknesses he did have could be ironed out over time. Well, there's still time. He needs to improve his strength, his ball handling, and his effort on defense. All things well within his control.
Off target from three-point range.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And here's Towns. There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That'll be his second foul of the game. Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Zhang. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. Pekovic against Zeller. And that one's good. Pekovic. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Worked that one inside nicely.
There's the double team with Pekovic. Zeller with it, outguarded by Pekovic. Ball's knocked loose. Right side to Walker from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Bangs home the trifecta.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Marked improvement in their shooting from what we saw to start the game.
They need this, and it's Jefferson laying it in.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Minnesota leading by 12. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now here's Walker. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Got that one up quick.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Now here's Muhammad. There's the dish to Pekovic. And now Kid Gilchrist running the floor.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Walker with it, guarded now by Rubio. Towns comes with a double team. Jefferson kicks to Kid Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. Zeller setting the pick for Lamb. Rebound, Minnesota. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Muhammad. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And slam dunk by Lamb.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Here's Muhammad following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's Towns. Another miss by Minnesota.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Walker the pass to Zeller. Here's Jefferson. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Minnesota calls timeout.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He Showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Flip Saunders was saying to his club. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Walker's shot is off.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
And it's Wiggins missing. Rubio against Walker. The feed to Lamb. And Zeller kicks to Walker. Jefferson, a screen on Rubio to the inside. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Al Jefferson.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. Trying to get back on track. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Al Jefferson.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Charlotte?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
A free throw good from Kevin Garnett. Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett. Walker with it, and here's Charlotte. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Inside, deflects the pass. Here's Garnett. Rubio outside, puts up a 3. That is good. Rubio's got 10 points here in the second half.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Charlotte calls timeout. Walker against Rubio. Baseline try. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And that's now 18 points for Al Jefferson. Timberwolves leading by 5. And Rubio kicks to Towns. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. That's 12 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle, here's Jefferson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jefferson's got 10 points in the quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Second shot opportunity, and Rubio finishes it off. Rubio's got 12 points here in the second half.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Walker. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And Rubio kicks to Garnett. Goes up off the pick. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 22 points for Al Jefferson.
This isn't just a good fourth quarter. I mean, he's been outstanding. 6 straight buckets here.
And how about in a pressure-packed moment? This game's very close, and they've needed every bucket. He's definitely risen to the challenge.
Here's Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
It's going to take something special for them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Walker's shot is off.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Shoot two.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 9. And so he makes both from the line.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're behind by 10. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. Charlotte calls timeout. They're losing by 10. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for giving messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over, it's over. I mean, you need to be looking at the next one. This one's done. Forget about it. Let's move on.
Here's Roberts. Charlotte no good that time either. Now Garnett. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Off target with that shot. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Ricky, what was working tonight for the team's offense?
Yeah, we started the game very slow. We can't start like that. But after that, we just get shots and we make the shots. And we make the shots, we're a good team.
No doubt about that, Ricky. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Ricky Rubio.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, just look at his assists. I mean, that tells the story for the game right there. He was seeing the court so well, always seemed to make the right decision. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.